Hello everyone, my name's Dave Doran. I'm the chair of the OurSRE East board. We thought it'd be good to give you an update of how we're going. I'm here with our teacher Steve Bell, and Steve, we are appropriately socially distanced, aren't we? Can't touch each other there. Excellent. Now Steve, it's a few months into the year and there has been lots happening actually. Do you want to share, before things got shut down because of Corona, do you want to share about this year so far for you?
Okay, so we started the year with some high hopes. Our registrations, our enrolments for Randwick boys and Randwick girls had both increased over the previous year. And we had opportunities for new seminars going into Matraville High and into South Sydney High. The good news, the Randwick girls seminar went ahead. It went really well. 25 students engaged remarkably well with the material, looking at God's big story and how their life story fits into the story of creation and new creation that we see in the Bible. There was an extended question and answer time where the students raised all sorts of interesting issues about science and Christianity, about different denominations, about decision making and how do we make decisions about our life and the plan that our story might take in light of God's big story. So some fantastic discussions happening there. At Randwick Boys, we hit a bit of a speed bump in terms of getting timetabling and getting things started. Negotiations with the school were tricky. We came up with a compromise solution, which meant we started just a few weeks ago. And just those introductory lessons with the boys were great. They were engaging, they were asking questions, and then that week before schools got effectively shut down or practically shut down, we spent the whole lesson just talking about their anxieties, about their concerns, about their fears, about their hopes with all of the changes about coronavirus. And again, great questions. Is it okay to turn to God out of fear? It was a great one I had. Students wondering, where's God in this? How can we hope? What could things look like? And I left them with just 3 messages, and it turned out to be my last class with them. But the 3 messages were, firstly, the command God gives us most of all in the Bible is don't be afraid. God's people do not need to be afraid. Secondly, I encouraged them to pray. And as a class, we prayed, and those who felt comfortable to do so said amen. And finally, I said, look after the things you can look after. You're going to see lots of adults doing lots of crazy things because they're afraid. You can look after your own health. You can look after your own hand washing. You can look after and report your symptoms if you've got any. And you can look after your own learning and take responsibility for that in the event that you're learning from home. And so that gives the students a bit more control over their lives. And so it was a good start with a couple of speed bumps along the way, but what was a speed bump has now turned into a road closure.
Yes, and we all know that feeling right now, the big disruption that's happened. But do you want to tell us, as far as you know, as far as we know, what's your plan in the next little while?
Yeah, we should learn to preface everything with "if the Lord wills." That's what I've been learning out of this these circumstances. If the Lord wills, I will be engaged in productive work. Engaging with the churches such as this, professional development, lesson planning, and offering whatever support to the school community that we can. Have a meeting next week with some of the other teachers around the area from different schools, looking at what that could look like, sharing ideas, brainstorming and things like that. There is some possibility, no idea where it will go at this stage, but we are looking into the possibility of delivering SRE lessons online. If that comes to pass, that would be fantastic. And so if there's one thing you can think about to pray for going forward, that would be, absolutely. We want SRE to continue both during this shutdown and getting back into the schools and recommencing when things are back to normal. And so really please do be praying for that.
Thanks, Steve. And I just want to say thank you for your support. Please do pray, as Steve has just asked us to. And please pray for Steve that he can have wisdom and perseverance, and he's about to get married as well. So pray for him there. Thanks for your support. Keep praying, and we'll keep you in touch as to how things go.